Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. I know this is kind of last minute. I just think it's about time to wrap up this Ebony K. Williams and Kim Foster conversation. This was a pretty good episode of the Black Manosphere chapters, right? The book of the Black Manosphere, right? This is a good. This was good. This was good. It was good because once again, we continue to be vindicated. We continue to be proven right. Um, and we continue to be vindicated and proven right because Exhibit A, Ebony K. Williams and Kim Foster essentially telling you, yeah, no, it's me baller and he baller, or nothing else. And so shout out to Richard Reeves and all you other researchers and technocrats and all of you social designers and you know, yeah, this is what you've bought us, right? You swore you could socialize the women to adopt more traditionally male roles as, head of household financially, and they're telling you, yes, screw that. And we resent it. Even if you force us in there, we will resent it. I would like to show you the divorce rate for college educated women. Yikes. Right? So it what Ebony K. Williams said and her response, right? The mediocre, right? The mediocre. The you guys were the ones that got C's and D's in school, like the elitism, the insults, the punching down to blue collar black men, all of that. And this is coming from a woman who's interracially dated. Lady, you don't get to say anything about black men. You would have bust out for sorry. You were the girlfriend of a white man for some years. You don't get to say anything about black men. Nothing. Zilch, nada. Get out of here. Acting like you care about black men. No, you feel like you're being regulated to working class black men because you got kicked off of Mount Olympus. You got kicked off of Mount Olympus. You didn't stay with the white dude because he was, being with his children during COVID, and you haven't been able to climb your way back into those circles in your dating life because your arrogance probably didn't let you realize that that was your last train and you were supposed to hold on for dear life. And now you just got to deal with that. Stop punching down to working class everyday black men. We didn't sin for you. We did not sin for you. Because you feel like you're being regulated to us. Now you want to punch down? No. And by the way, those rich dudes on the top, whether they white, black, Asian, Latino, or otherwise, they're not hearing you neither. Because this was your little siren call. Please, daddy, come save me. Please, God, please don't let me be here with these lower class men. Oh, God, no. No, lady. Please, God, no. I did everything in life not to be regulated to them. No. That's not on us. That's on you. And then what was the most interesting wasn't Ebony K. Williams, right? It's not Kim Foster. It's all the women in their comment section that clap it up for them. And these women are $45,000 a year, $50,000 a year, living at home with their parents' ass women. Right? Talking about men stepping it up. Men that I just want everybody to remember, black men still earn more than black women. Screw your degree. Screw your supposed class position. We still earn more. We still start more businesses. We still employ more people. We still clock more hours. All that class talk, get out of here. All that tell these men to step up. No, you step up, actually. Step up. We're the ones clocking the hours. We're the ones making the money. Yikes. Right? All this talk. And y'all living vicariously through Ebony K. Williams. And you don't have none of her access. You don't have her looks. You don't run in the same circles as her. You don't have her education. but you living vicariously through her, so you feel like when she's punching down on working class and blue collar black men, you're doing the same. Even some of you that are actually with those men right now, you're in the bed with him right now. That's why you're listening to me on your headphones. You think you're better than him because you go into work every day in an office with AC, right? And you're in a cubicle for 8 hours a day. And you think you're better than your man who earns more than you. And so you're living vicariously through Ebony K. Williams. And as she's punching down, you feel like you're punching down. Yeah, we're better than those men. They need to step up to what? Being indoctrinated like you? Being a wannabe white woman like you? Being a wannabe elite rich white woman like you? Step up to what? Right? Step up to what? Wasting our money on some 3 Series Beamer instead of a F-150? Right? Step up to what? Wasting our money on some baby crossover Benz SUV instead of a truck that actually is worth the damn and is going to last a couple decades? You're right. We need to step up to being the exact image of what white racist society wants us to be at this current point. Just hyper consumers, right? Hyper consumers with no sense of self, no sense of humanity, and we try to find our sense of self through materialism, through material goods, like you, right? Ebony K. Williams had the unmitigated gall to get on TV and say C and D's and mediocre. Instead, you don't get to tell black men anything. Take the white penis out of your mouth. You don't get to tell black men anything. And I promise you I would say it to Ebony K. Williams' face. The petite bourgeoisie class of the black community, black women, always talking crap. Always talking crap. You think you have the right to talk? Who are you? It's always some person that feel like they got kicked off of Mount Olympus. Now they feel like they have to slum it, right, with the peasants that they spent their entire life trying to run from. And now she's trying to punch down on us because she feel like she's being regulated to us. Lady, once again, we didn't send for you. Your decisions have put you in the place to be a 40-year-old, highly educated black woman, intelligent black woman, attractive black woman with no man and no children. You'll be here freezing your eggs because maybe you even realize how insufferable you are. That has nothing to do with black men. Nothing to do with blue-collar black men. Nothing to do with bus drivers. Nothing to do with that. This is your decisions that brought you to this point. And then you mad at the world, mad at black men, because you feel like you're being regulated to working class black men. You're of a certain class position, you need to stay there. You earn a certain amount, then you need, okay, fine. You have choices. As I said, you can either enter same-sex relationships, go be the bust down for some rich white dude, go be the bust down for some rich black dude. Lobby the US government to make polygamy legal so you could be wife number 7 for Diddy or somebody, I don't know, for Bill Gates or someone, Jeff Bezos. I heard Elon Musk is accepting applications. Right? People are starting to uncover, maybe is Elon racist? Huh. Maybe you can wife up Elon, right? Get wifed up by Elon, be wife number 7, so he could be like, look, I'm not racist. Yeah, I know I'm from South Africa, right? Yeah, I grew up during apartheid, but I'm not racist. Look, I have the black women over here. Go negotiate something with one of those men of your same class. But you can stop punching down on us and calling us mediocre as an insult. Y'all are the people with the problem with average. I look average at best. Also, you're calling me ugly. What? Who said that? Miss Ebony K. Williams, you're the one who has a problem with regular and average and mediocre and normal, and that's you. That's not us. We know our position. Do you know yours? Do you know yours? Right? See, Ebony K. Williams and her ilk, right, and the Kim Fosters, they did not look at that Eartha Kitt interview and see tragic, right? Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. They didn't see tragic. They saw inspirational. They saw inspirational. They didn't see tragic, right? We saw tragic. They saw something. Well, she's standing on her standards. All right, that's pretty sad. She's standing on her principles. Y'all didn't really say that. Y'all don't really know what principles are. But right, we saw that as tragic. Mr. Z saw that as sad. World famous actress from America throwing a temper tantrum in her advanced age when she's is being asked about love and relationship and compromise. We saw tragic. Mr. Z saw tragic. I know some of y'all thought it was funny as hell. Just desserts, right? A lot of these other women, they didn't see that. And that's okay, but deal with the consequences. Dear Ebony K. Williams, deal with the consequences. These are your choices and your decisions, right? Deal with the consequences, right? All these people, they're not part of my class, right? I'm better than them. I didn't say I'm better than you. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, and that's okay. That I know what country we live in. I know what society we live in. I know what tax brackets look like, right? I understand how much weight saying that you graduated from an Ivy League looks like. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. And by the way, no one over here is jealous. We just want you to stay in your lane. Oh, but we live in a white supremacist, anti-black society. You punching down on black men and making it sound like you're trying to be inspirational is your lane. I'm sorry. I forgot you're the colonizing agent of the black community. My apologies. Right? My apologies. I forgot you are the color. That's your job. I forgot. Right? With your little indoctrination certificates. Oh, I'm sorry, your college degrees. Right? And that's Mr. Z saying that, and I want to go back to college. Oh, but I forgot. I know I'm black and I know what that means. And y'all know y'all black and then y'all don't know what it means. Yeah. Right? And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat. Detroit says, what will happen if blue collar workers stop working any in this economy by feminism or any economy by feminism? Brother, they look, these women don't. You're talking about a group of people that barely know how to wipe their own butt. They don't know what to do if a pipe bursts, a water main bursts. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do if the garbage man doesn't collect their trash for 2 weeks, they wouldn't know what to do, right? And by the way, there's no, I don't have a problem with the people that kind of turn their noses up at certain things. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand class. This is universal. This has been a thing for forever on this planet. Class. We get it, right? But these people really want to be seen as rich and elite white women, and their issue is that they're not. Ebony K. Williams had one foot in the door and she didn't finish the job. It's not our fault that you're not with the elite rich white dude right now. That's not Mr. Z's fault. That's not blue collar black men's fault. That's not bus drivers' fault. It's not bus drivers' fault that you're an attractive, educated, intelligent black woman who's insufferable. That's not black men's fault. That you being insufferable is destroying all the gifts God gave you. That's not our fault. Right? Just put her in the line with what's her face? Amanda, not Amanda. Is Amanda Seals? Amanda Seals. Just put her in the line of them. Right? Attractive black women who just continue to fumble the bag. Who find themselves being able to rub elbows with the men that they aspire to be with, and somehow it don't ever work out, but it's the man's fault. These dudes that y'all been talking crap about, these dudes been married, divorced, married again. They have 2, 3, 4 kids, right? They've done had long-term relationships, girlfriends, like I said, marriage, all of that, and y'all nothing. But somehow it's the men, right? Somehow it's the men. And Demetrius says, and thank you for the super chat. He says to Detroit, to his question, he said, Detroit, societal implosion, and they know it. Yeah. And shout out to the white dude that used to host the show Dirty Jobs, right? I heard recently he did an interview, and he was, maybe it wasn't so recent. He did, an interview. Was it on Joe Rogan? I can't remember, but he was saying, like so many people, these are good jobs, good high paying jobs, and men are not, men and other people, women are not entering these jobs. Yeah, they're dirty jobs, but they stability and high paying and union and whatever the hell. Yeah, men aren't signing up for it because they're running into women like Ebony K. Williams and Kim Foster. And generally, the society turns their nose up on those jobs and careers. The money is nice, but what's the point when society looks at those jobs like, ugh, right? What's the point when you're dating a woman who earns less than you, who thinks she's better than you because she's in an office with AC that you helped build? Or people like you, right? Kim Foster, um, um, Ebony K. Williams, elite a-holes, the petite bourgeoisie of the black community. I know why I made that video, and I was speaking about them, right? So Ebony K. Williams gets on and she tries to do her fake inspirational talk, right? I don't, essentially saying I think you can do better than that. No. How about them? No. End up where you end up. Get in where you fit in. Right? No. No, lady, no. Nope. Nope. You could take that inspirational talk and shove it. Nope. End up where you end up, ma'am. Whether it's going to be another 4-year relationship with some random white guy, rich white guy, or not, right? End up where you end up. That has nothing to do with black men, right? I'm not even about telling Ebony K. Williams that you should give a blue collar black man a chance. You should give a blue collar man a chance. I'm not about dictating to any woman which you should and should inspire to. I do not know what it's like to have ovaries. I do not know what it's like to have breasts. I do not know what it's like to menstruate. I don't know that. My biological imperative is different. I get it. That's why I'm not about dictating to you what you should be looking for. I am about telling you though, you get what you get. That I'm about, right? And y'all give me a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Give me 1 second, everyone. I'm still with y'all. Y'all give me 1 minute. We're back. We're back. We're back. I'm gonna have to pause on you guys one more time in a minute, but for right now, we're here. Okay. So, you know, this is what we're speaking about, right, in the Black manosphere, particularly the part of the Black manosphere I occupy. It's not your sons, it's not the men, right? We have done unfortunately, we have done a pretty good job socializing the men not to be, not to be jealous of their sisters, and not to be jealous of their girlfriends and their wives who might be doing well or better than them financially or educationally. It's not the men, it's the women telling you, I resent my position, right? And even if I do marry this man, he breathes the wrong way and I will be filing for divorce. Look at who's filing for divorce, right? We're not speaking about who women have sex with. We're speaking about who women marry, who women have a family with, a legitimate family. That's the question. We're speaking about the ideal situation for women and how that affects your society, because it's not really about them individually as much as they think it is, right? How does this look when we've raised fully 2, 3 generations of women that sound like Ebony K. Williams, right? And Kim Foster? That's the question. This is really not about them. We're just using them as an avatar to have a larger conversation about what's going on in this society and how much these people just don't know and don't care. Whoever you guys are, the social designers, great job, right? Absolutely great job. Not right. And Eric Deadman, thank you for the super chat. Says, for women like Ebony and for Harriet, status is everything. The coming economic reset will blindside women like them. They don't see what's coming. I don't think they care, right? I don't think they care, right? I agree with you. They don't see what's coming. Especially for the Ebony, and to give these women credit. Ebony and Kim are pretty intelligent people, right? Um, they might be in the know of something. I'm not saying they are, but they might be. You never know. But the women who kind of imitate them, their ilk, that are further down. Oh yeah, they don't know and they don't care. They're not like I like we say. Okay, y'all have heard Obsidian speak. Y'all have heard BGS speak, right? Y'all have heard Charles speak. You have heard Mr. Z speak. Y'all have heard the nameless protagonist. Just a wide breadth of knowledge, right? A wide breadth of knowledge. None of these people college educated. I purposely named the people I named, right? Just a wide breadth of knowledge. Our female counterparts, you think you do? Here's the question: do you think our female counterparts, not the Toyas, no, our female counterparts, non-college educated Black women, have the wide breadth of knowledge about varying things going on this planet, about science, about technology, about history, about every? Do you think they have this wide breadth of knowledge that we have? White collar or blue collar. Now, let me throw in the mix, and then some college educated women. I guarantee you they still wouldn't be able to stand. I guarantee you that all these content creators, these female content creators, I guarantee they still wouldn't be able to stand up to us. The college educated ones. I'm saying the college educated Black women wouldn't be able to stand up to the non-college educated Black men in the Black manosphere. That's what Mr. Z is saying. And yet they think they're better than you. And yet they think they're better than you, right? Because once again, they work in an office building with cold air, with an HVAC system. Like they think they're better than you because of that. And on an individual bit, I want to stress this. Once again, I'm not about policing women's vagina. Y'all ever notice Mr. Z doesn't talk about women's body count like that? I don't care, right? I do not care. How is this going to look for you in the long run? And are you going to attempt to blame me and other black men for your poor choices and the outcome of your life? That's what I care about, right? That's what I care about. What does this mean for the black community? What does this mean for overall society to have women, namely black women, that move and think like this? As I said before, whoever you technocrats and social designers and et cetera are, you politicians, you people that run NGOs and whoever y'all are, right? You researchers, et cetera, Exhibit A. Ebony K. Williams, all of them that occupy her class, her ilk, and even the ones that are not part of her tax bracket. So for all of you, remember what Iyanla Vanzant said. She took off the table the men, playing video games on their mother's couch. She took that off the table. And if you read through the comments on these varying pages that are speaking about that, the women didn't hear that. They didn't hear it. They still went right back to that. Because for them, well, he's not elite, so he's a bum. And by the way, to be fair, it's not all women. There are definitely some women in the comments like, oh my God, I didn't know we were this bad. Yes. Yes, this is what men have been talking about. Right? And Ebony K. Williams is right about one thing. You know, I get it, black men and black men. I get it. I get it defending our position. I get it. Right? But all that talk of, yeah, well, I'm a bus driver and I earned six figures. And last year I bought in this much money and I'm blue collar. And last year I bought. Look, that lady ain't trying to hear that because once again, you are the, GM truck that's going to last 500,000 miles. She doesn't care about that. She wants that 7 Series. That 7 Series Beamer that you see for about 4 years, 5, 6 years, and then nobody drive it no more. Right? Y'all remember like that 04 7 Series Beamer? It was all over the place, right? All the rappers rapping about it. When was the last time you seen one? When was the last time y'all seen the 745, 750 Li, 2003, 4, 5 generation Beamer? I see them occasionally, but that generation of F2 and F350, I see them everywhere. Yes, I'm in the South, but what's the point Mr. Z is making? She don't care about no durability in no relationship. She don't care about stability outside of the financial stability, and even that. She doesn't care about any of that we're speaking about. None of it. It's the status. And there's nothing. Look, y'all know what country we live in? You can't go 5 seconds. You got to pay not to watch commercials on YouTube. That's the world you live in. You have to pay for them not to advertise to you on YouTube. So knowing that you live in that world, I get it. These little girls watch television, they watch movies, they get into their mind what life they want to live. Nothing wrong with that. They become adults. They still want to live a particular life. Nothing wrong with that. Until you run into the wall of maybe that's not for you. Or maybe you fumbled too many times. Or maybe you don't have the correct orientation, your personality, the way you act. Something is off-putting to the people of that class. Right? Until you said, didn't you know black women are chief goalpost coordinators? Right? yeah, it's just, and I get it. I get the gaslighting, Toya. I get the, moving the goalposts. I definitely understand. I understand. I get it, right? I need him to know he's never going to be better than me. I need him to know he's not on my level, even if I'm attracted to him, even if I date him, even if I have sex with him, even if I marry him. I need to always be moving the goalposts to always keep him aspiring for my approval. I get it. Mr. Z gets it. How well is that working though, ladies? Ooh, goddamn. What that marriage rate look like, right? What that marriage rate look like? Are those men signing up for that game you're playing? Apparently not. That goalpost is on the floor and ain't nobody pick it up. That bar is on the floor, ain't nobody pick it up. Right? And y'all talk amongst ourselves. Y'all give me 1 minute. Mr. Z will be right back. And I'm back. Right? And once again, shout out to Toya. And Toya says, heaven forbid we use that energy constructively, at a gym or in the kitchen. I don't know. Right? Well, Ebony really did sound like a Fox News host now, didn't she? Right? When she started talking about that season D's, y'all are the kids that got season D's, right? Didn't she start sounding like a fuck? So when I don't tell people what to do. I just tell you to deal with the consequences of your actions and your thoughts and your feelings, right? It's okay to give advice, maybe you don't want to do that, but when you've done it, just eat that, right? And so for Miss Ebony K. Williams, you've been in the spaces that you aspire to be in. You've been with the men that you aspire to be with that we know of, right? But you're not married and you have no children. And the reason why Ebony not being married and not having children matters is because she's one of the ones that wants it. And I would argue for Ebony, it's not bad luck. It's not bad luck. It's a bad personality. It's not bad luck. You didn't, it's not that men don't appreciate who you are. It's none of that. It's you. Especially at your high level, it's definitely you. Especially with those looks, it's you. It's so blatant that it's you. There's nowhere for you to hide with that, Miss Williams. There's no way for you to hide. The looks, the education, rubbing elbows with the correct people, right? All these gifts and right. You were on Fox News. You were on Fox with the rich white dudes and the connected white folks, right? Charlemagne, right? You know Joe Button. So you had access to the connected and rich black dudes. Now you're on the griot. So now you have access to the petite bourgeoisie of the black community. So when do we get to say it's you? So you were around the rich white folks, the rich black folks, the politically connected black folks, the nouveau riche black folks. When do we get to say it's you? You have a woman that just lived the life that you're trying not to live, except she had children, right? Iyanla Van Zant is telling you, I don't know. I was there once. I'm telling you, don't do it. And you can't hear her, right? You can't hear her. So no, y'all can't hear anyone. So, dear black men, these women want to be what they consider free, and it's okay. But you're still supposed to provide their security, though. But they want to live whatever they consider free and being liberated, whatever that looks like to them. Fine, deal with the consequences of those two things being in contradiction. Because if you have black men saying, "I don't know," and then you have older black women like Iyanla Van Zant who literally told you, "Hey, I messed up my marriage. I messed up my children." Right? I was living foul. If you hear her say that, and then you turn around and your response to the men that are telling you, "Hey, yeah, you sound a little off," is to tell them they're mediocre. Is to tell them that they're mediocre. And then with the smug, right? The smug look, and then once again, you have to question who the hell these people are in these spaces, right? Because for the griot used that smug look on her face as the thumbnail for the video. So they're doing more than just doubling down. They're saying, "Yeah, we stand," because you got to know Ebony K. Williams represents more than just her. You know that, right? Oh, you know what, Jamel? Thank you. And Jamel says a black man cuts her check, Byron Allen, but she trashes them at the same time. And there you go, right? And there you go. But once again, you have the space that she occupies and the women that she represents act like it's black men's fault, working class, everyday black men's fault that you don't have a husband. That's not our fault. You want the position, take it. You want the position with the letters behind your name, take it. You want the positions with the letters in front of your name, take that. You want the office in the office building. You want an office. You don't want to be in the cubicle on the floor. All right, cool. You got that. The middle management titles, fine. You got that. The mid-level or entry-level luxury car, you got it. The condo you could barely afford, you got it. The house you barely could afford, you got it. Right? You got it. Unfortunately, right? Equivalent exchange, shout out to Charles. It cost you a man. Ooh, damn. Damn, Mr. Z. That's what Iyanla was trying to tell you, Miss Williams. That's what Miss Iyanla was trying to tell you. All of this is going to cost you a man. And there's nothing wrong with that if you're okay with that. If you are okay with that, there's nothing wrong with that. Even if you're not okay with it, if you shut up and stop talking crap about black men, then there's nothing wrong with that. But eat that. Right. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Eat that. That has nothing to do with black men. Mr. Z is over this talking crap about black men. Meanwhile, and Ebony K. Williams is. Think about this. You imagine. You know what? I should have started off like this. Y'all imagine a black man where an elder black man is attempting to tell him, look, I was where you were. I messed up. I destroyed my kids. I didn't take my wife seriously. It hurt real bad. Um, but let me give you some wisdom. And women are kind of sniping at him and making fun of him, in the comments on different videos and whatnot. And then this man who was once in a relationship with a white woman and it was public, everybody knows, turns around and tells black women that they're mediocre. You imagine? You imagine? Imagine Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors. Name an actor that we done seen with a white woman, or we suspect dates white women. It don't even have to be confirmed. We suspect dates white women. And then he goes online and calls black women mediocre and says, y'all were the ones that were okay with getting C's and D's. You imagine? They would have his head on the other side of a guillotine. And yet, Miss Ebony K. Williams can say that unironically. Miss Ebony K. Williams, who was in a relationship with a white man for years, can turn around and talk about her love of black men while insulting black men and calling them mediocre and telling them they were okay with getting C's and D's in school. And then the women that aspire to be like her are all in the comments saying, tell black men to step it up. Women that their male counterparts earn more than them. You imagine? And as Jamel had said, and then the network at which you insult black men on, a black man is funding it. Oh my God. Right? A black man is signing your check while you insult black men. Oh, wait, who make it worse? A black man married to a white woman. Yikes. Ooh, damn it. And you see the difference? Who here thinks Byron Allen would ever lose his mind and call black women mediocre with him having a white wife? Robert Smith, white wife. You think he would ever come out of his mouth and call black women mediocre? You want to know why your sons don't want to marry your daughters? It's because of things like this. And the question is it really your sons that don't want to marry your daughters, or is it really your insufferable daughters getting high on their own farts, not wanting to marry your sons, which once again are in less debt than them, earn more than them, have better credit scores than they do, like across the board. Let's understand what Mr. Z is saying. A third of black men are convicted felons in the United States of America. A third. Black men have been designated as the permanent underclass of America. Right? Black men per percentage of their population have the most incarcerated group of people in America. Black men have among the shortest lifespans in America. Black men's own mothers have been aborting them at the tune of 20 some odd million people since what, the mid 70s or something like that. And yet black men still earn more than black women. Black men still employ more people than black women. Black men still have and start more businesses than black women. Huh. Black men still have better credit scores than black women? Huh. So even with all of that, you want to talk about intersectionality, even with all of that stacked oppression, yawn, black men still earn more. And y'all could talk about whatever intangible contributions y'all make towards black men. Black men still employ more people, particularly black people, than black women do. Huh. And it shouldn't be a comparison, but I mean, y'all started it. So, right? Great comment. And Jamel says she equates C and D students to blue collar workers. Very interesting, bro. It says everything. It's I want to find Richard Reeves and be like, explain this. Go ahead. Go ahead. Explain this. All that talk y'all been talking. Explain Ebony K. Williams and Kim Foster. Explain them. And explain all the women in the comments all over the videos, concerning this topic, telling you what they're not going to settle for. Women that many of them still earn less than their male counterparts. Because once again, it's not about them individually. I want to stress this again. We don't care about these women individually. It's not about them and their griping and their raging individually. No. What does this mean for the black community? This is why Passport Bros is a thing, by the way. This is why SYSBM is a thing. But what does this mean for the black community? And then what does this mean for overall society when you have so many women, namely black women, because we're black men, who think like this? You want to know why the marriage rate is falling off of a cliff? It's not your sons, it's your daughters. They think they're better than your sons, point blank, period. And it's led to this environment that we see right here. They think they're better than your sons. See, whoever genuinely thought that this wasn't going to be a thing, wow, the level of naivete. You thought you were going to educate black women, educate women, and then they would take on the role for those of them that would be the providers. They would take on that role, and they would make something work with men. What's happening is that they're saying, yeah, I didn't lose my hypergamy, and the higher I go, the higher my bar of hypergamy goes. So for the women like Ebony K. Williams, that's millionaires, legit millionaires, their bars are so up, their bars are on the moon. And that shouldn't and wouldn't be a problem if they weren't simultaneously punching down towards the men they think they're better than, while not being in a relationship with the men they think they're deserving of. Once again, how's that black men's fault? Right? How is that black men's fault? You didn't hear anything Iyanla Vanzant said. You did not hear anything she said. Miss Ebony K. Williams, you're in the provider role. And oh, wait. Pause. All this talk of non-black women don't have to settle, right? Nobody asks non-black women to settle. Why do black women always have to be the one to settle? What are y'all First, once again, and I was, spamming comments saying this. 60-40 split in college right now. 40% of women earn more than their male counterparts. What are y'all talking about? Y'all are so used to saying, woe is me, black woman. Black women are so used to saying "woe is me," they don't even know what's going on outside of their front door. They're so used to saying "woe is me," they don't even know what's going on outside of their front door. Literally, white women are saying the same thing, and Latina women are saying the same thing. Literally. And yet, black women, we're the one. Why are we always told to settle? We're the only ones who have to settle. We're the only ones that have to settle. Why do we have to settle? Literally, no other women is told to settle. We're always told to settle. No, tell black men to level up. Tell them to stand up. Not for you egomaniacs, number one, who don't even see men as human beings. You see them as walking wallets and overglorified guard dogs. And some status symbol you could show off to your frenemies. Number one. Number two, you're wrong. This is the world your female ancestors designed, along with elite rich white men who use you as a buffer class because they're not afraid of y'all, they're afraid of working class men. Because you're doing exactly what they socialize you to do. Be the buffer class and the colonizing agent. Who would have ever thought you can use a gender to be a buffer class? To be the colonizing agent. Right? Oh, what he had as Soul says, what up? She caught the attention of Tone Talks. He about to go off tomorrow on the data. You already know. You already know. I would love to see her talk to Tone Talks. And Tone Talks will take her, and they're both attorneys. Oh, that'd be beautiful. She don't want that work. Look, like I said, even look, screw the numbers. Fine. This is how you feel. Deal with the consequences of you thinking you're better than so many men, particularly black men. I told you what the solutions are. Go lobby the government for polygamy. Go end up in a same-sex relationship. Go be the side chick to some rich dude. Or be single and use your toy. Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. Right? Get you a teacup dog, get you a cat, and get you a rose toy, and you'll be all right. Niggas get shot every day, B. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Right? But all this griping about black men, kill that. And it's not, and you're not even, air quotes, race loyal. Where did black men come from in your, why? You just want to see black men step. You didn't wait for a black man. Ooh, goddamn, Mr. Z. You weren't trying to marry a black man. What are you talking about? Mediocre. Ma'am, your love life is mediocre. How does that sound? Attractive, educated, intelligent, well-connected, rich black woman whose love life is mediocre. God damn. Nameless, this is worse than multiplying by zero. This is worse. She had all the right numbers. She had all the right numbers. And she still got to zero in her love life. Right? If snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory was a person, Jesus Christ. If Can't Get Right was a person, jeez, exactly. And you could see she kind of when she caught herself. It was too late. The words were already out. She caught herself when she said that. And shout out to Jamel. Jamel says, "I done them all." Ebony, exactly. She caught her when she said it. If you look like what did the dude say? The micro expressions, right? If you look at her face, look for the micro expressions. You see it. She was like, "God damn it, I said that." Yeah, you said that. Yep, you said that. She caught herself after she. God damn, I said that. Yep. And then this back and forth between black women and black men. Black women so want to get a W in this conversation. They don't even. They're just blind to when they're being led to a place that's even detrimental to them. Because she says that when she speaks to to Iyanla Vanzant, right? And there was a lot to take from that. Because what she's saying, whether y'all realize it or not, is I done messed up so much. I've dated so many different types of men, different races, different ethnicities of men, and I'm still single. She's telling you it's me. She's telling you it's me. When she says, I've been told more than once, put the gavel down or whatever, we're not in court. She's telling you it's her. She's telling you I've dated non-black men, and I've been told multiple times to put the gavel down, right? She's telling you it's her. And all she has to do is on the next video throw black men under the bus, and black women act like they didn't even hear what she was saying in the first video with Iyanla Vanzant, in the first interview with Iyanla Vanzant. She's telling you it's her. She's telling you she's the issue. She's telling you she's the problem, and y'all can't hear it. Or you refuse to hear it. That's better. And the only reason why this matters is these people throw salt on black men's name. Miss Ebony, once again, we didn't sin for you. You're inconsequential in the larger scheme of things. Yes, even with your degree from a notable school, nobody cares. Right? You're inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. The only reason why you matter is the throwing salt on black men's names, especially after you told us that you've done them all. And we all know that you were in a relationship with a rich white dude for some years. That's you. There's no better example of you being your own problem, you being your own worst enemy, right? We your own worst enemy. No, you're your own worst enemy. I'm not saying she said that, by the way. Right? So what we're seeing now and more is that black women has fully taken on being the petite bourgeoisie of the black community. They have fully embraced um being pretty much chocolate dip white racist elites, and they are truly the colonizing agent of the black community. They are, and they accept it and they own it, and they chastise you for not playing your role, for not being adequately indoctrinated like they are. Not educated. I didn't say educated. I said indoctrinated. And no, I'm not coming at this from a Hotep angle, not fully, right? But the Hotep brothers have a point. The Hotep brothers have a point. Because Ebony K. Williams is who they're speaking about. This is who Malcolm X was speaking about. When he said, you send your kid to the enemy, to be taught, I'm paraphrasing, and this is what he was talking about. This is what BGS is talking about when he speaks about, if you don't want your kids to sound like this, take them out of the schools. This is what he was talking about when, once again, BGS was talking about when he said, we're getting on Jess Pearly things for playing down slavery. Meanwhile, Ebony K. Williams. Ebony K. Williams. Oh, y'all think there's not a difference between Ebony K. Williams and Jess Pearly? When she says C and D's and y'all were okay with C, what you think she's saying? Right? With that smug look on her face. That's the smug look that keeps you single, man. Right? I understand last night, a lot of people are saying she has RBF, excuse my language, but resting bitch face. No, 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 no. That's more than resting bitch face. That smug look on her face, yeah, that's I'm better than you, Negroes. Nothing wrong with that. And maybe you are. Okay, fine, Miss Williams. Maybe you are. You're better than most black men. And you're better than the men that you feel like you're being regulated to. Not a problem. Not our problem. It's that simple. I know Mr. Z been talking for a while. Yeah, not our problem. It's that simple. Beginning, end. Right? You feel like the walls are coming in on you. You feel like you're being regulated to these lower tier men that you're better than, that you spent your whole entire life running from. Why couldn't you be Meghan Markle? Yikes. Right? Not our problem. Not black men's problem. Not working class black men's problem. Not blue collar black men's problem. That you have a problem with your station in life. And you can't reconcile your education, your wealth, and your fame with an intimate partner worth a damn. That's not our problem. Calvin Rogers, this is absolutely hysterical. This is absolute. And Calvin says, I said, yeah, Calvin Rogers. Calvin says, so she's Steph Co's pretty sister. But maybe because of Steph Co's looks or whatever. Steph Co doesn't have this level of smug though, and it's probably because of her looks, right? Steph Co doesn't have this level of smug. And the question then becomes, for everyone, including the black women that are listening, what do broken black women look like? We talk about a-hole men all the time. What do a-hole black women look like? Particularly the ones, upper middle class or rich, white collar background. Pretty much the Ebony K. Williams, right? White collar backgrounds, went to elite schools, elite institutions, Ivy Leagues, or like that tier under it. What do broken black women look like? I don't, you know what it is too? I think we overemphasize credentialism in this society, and like those that are academically accomplished and those that are, financially well endowed, we act like they don't also exhibit like some of the most base human, behaviors. Like they don't exhibit these things. Excuse me. Because Ebony was smug, she was condescending. All these are base human behaviors that we don't associate with educated people, right? We don't associate this with elites. Maybe the condescending part we do. Smug, condescending, belittling, insulting, all because of who's not in and out of her giny. That's really what it comes down to. All because of who's not in and out of her giny and who she can't show off and be like, yeah, this is my man. Look at what I got. Translation. I don't want the Ford Taurus. I want the 5 Series. All my friends get to have a 5 Series and an E class. Why do I have to drive the Ford Taurus? And by the way, all the women that were responding to her favorably, that's what they were saying. Non-black women aren't told to settle. Why do black women always have to be told to settle? Translation. Why do I have to drive the Ford Taurus? Why do I have to drive the base Dodge Charger? All my friends have BMWs and Benzes and Audis. First of all, not true. Before we even get into anything else. First, not true. Secondly, deal with it. Right? First, not true. Secondly, deal with it. Right? So yeah. And Sherelle says she no, that's not the one. And Sherelle says she's smug because she almost married Brad. Yeah, almost doesn't count. I thought Brandy told y'all almost doesn't count. Right? Yeah, you're right, Sherelle. Yeah, but almost doesn't count. Right? Rest in peace, Kevin. All those women that would call in, are you married? I'm not. Are you married? Have you been married? No, but I've been proposed to how many times? No, but I've been engaged. Right? We only count marriages over here. That's exactly why he did it. That's exactly why he did it. Have you been married? No, but I've been proposed to 2 times, 3 times. Goddamn. But I was engaged twice. Right? Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And then these people think like to them, this is like protecting their space. I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna be a pushover. I'm not right. I don't care if you call me angry black woman, even though I do care. I won't be stereotyped to that, even though I do care. So y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, Miss Ebony K. Williams, you're dealing with the consequences of your own actions. I do not see this as being bad luck. There are some people, you feel for, right? It's not like they don't deserve it, but you feel for them. On this one, yeah, nah, the bleeding heart liberal, yeah, that's out the window on this one, y'all. Because she's doubling and tripling down. And there's something about arrogance that's such a turnoff for men and even for other women. Yeah, it's not fair. There's something about arrogance coming from women that's such a turnoff to men and women. I want to be very clear what I'm saying before they start calling Mr. Z sexist. Probably too late, right? You double down, right? What you think you're doing is screaming to rich and elite men, particularly white men, to come and save you. You're on the corner of this and this. Come and save you. You're somewhere in the hood, stuck with the niggas. Come and save you. That's what you think you're doing. What you're actually doing is throwing salt in your own game. You're destroying any future of a man taking a chance. When you finally, air quotes, settle, you're destroying the future of you being with a man and him not knowing that you're settling for him, number one. Number two, you're letting all those elite dudes know that they can use you and play you. Yes, yes, you, Miss Attorney Lady. Yes, you. You probably think you're too smart, you're too above it. Yeah, no, you're not. You just let me tell you how men work. You just let us know how to come at you. Thank you. You just let the rich white dudes know exactly how to approach you. I'll be seeing you on the other side of that heartbreak. Right? You didn't see the white dude as the last train leaving. You let this man go because he wanted to spend time with his children during COVID. You fumbled the bag. You were supposed to hold, even if he had you as just his whatever chick for however long. You are so, and you didn't even see that as the last train leaving. Well, right. And on that note, yeah. And on that note, look, brothers, there's a reason why I take the angle I take. This is my last comment for tonight on this. You notice I often don't necessarily defend our position as black men. Um, if the time calls for it, I will, but no, I say no, we will stand right here and you make it happen. We are standing right here. You figure out what you're going to do. I am not about proving ourselves to black women. I'm not about telling them, no, we have educated people more. It's a lot. More black men go to college than go to prison. And it's a lot. I'm not about that. No. You believe that? Fine. Deal with the consequences of believing that. You think more black men are in prison? Fine. Deal with the consequences. You think you're above black men? You know what? You're right. Fine. Deal with the consequences. Right? You think white men are better? Fine. Deal with the consequences. You think that we're a bunch of people that are mediocre and we're okay with C's and D's in school? Fine. Deal with the consequences. Right? You think that smug look on your face is endearing and it's going to ward off all the lesser men? Fine. Deal with the consequences. Right? Going back to slavery, you would rather be, the white man's whore than the gum on the bottom of a black man's shoe? Fine. Deal with the consequences. Right? You think your delusions are actually aspirations? Fine. Deal with the consequences. You like to be the petite bourgeoisie of the black community and be the colonizing agent of the black community? Fine. Deal with the consequences. You have elite white women aspirations for your black life in America? Fine. Deal with the consequences. Right? You think class matters more than race? Ooh, Mr. Z. Deal with the consequences. Because the white guys don't believe you and they don't agree. Yikes. Deal with the consequences. Right? You have to shed your blackness like a lot of the African brothers and sisters do when they go to these Ivy League schools. Yikes, damn, Mr. Z. Until they get reminded that they're still black. Then deal with the consequences. Right? Then deal with the consequences. It's that simple. If you align with Ebony K. Williams, nothing wrong with that. Deal with the consequences. If you think she did nothing wrong with that. If you agree with her, nothing wrong with that. All right. Better you said what? Only one closing today? Hysterical. Right. So, on that note, you guys, thank you for listening in. Um, I just want to come in and close out with that. Miss Ebony K. Williams is the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, she's the gift that keeps on giving. Shout out to her, right? And maybe in a different world, she wouldn't be in the situation she finds herself in that she helped to create herself. But, yikes. Talk of, Talking about snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. Attractive, intelligent, educated, attorney, rich, famous, right? And she's not like A-list actress famous, no, but around the way famous, and she's fumbling. When it comes to her love life, that doesn't mean anything. And by the way, Miss Ebony K. Williams, that should be an example to you how different men and women are. Because had you been a good-looking, famous, rich, educated lawyer man, you might have been even on your second marriage by now. Long time. Kids and all. But, well, you really don't get it. Oh, well. Anyway, on that note, everybody, love, peace, and chicken grease. I will pause right there. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, so that hopefully, for the love of God, if you have daughters, you can raise them not to be Ebony K. Williams. Maybe her accomplishments, shout out to her. That's why I've never poo-pooed her accomplishments, right? Especially as a woman who grew up single mom, you reached the highest heights. You reached the no one can take that away from you. But it means nothing for your love life. And shout out to all you Black women that keep on saying these other men value these type of women. Apparently not. Exhibit A. All right, you guys. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Like I said, go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. Love, peace, and chicken grease. And I will pause right here. All right, everyone. Good night.